you're not being truthful. You're saying, "Oh, I didn't see. I've seen the blood in the diaper. I don't care if it's freaking pitch black diaper. You can't miss it. Yes, you can. You're lying. Sir. What you're doing is lying right now. Did you have not shed one tear for your son? And you're gonna sit there and like I couldn't see it. I didn't know what was happening. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna go shed a tear for your son because obviously you don't give a fuck."
Friends, today's wet wipe is Darien Head. On November the 11th, 2015, his son, 2-year-old Amari Barnhill, was rushed to hospital. He died of lacerations around his legs and his face. Police then bring in Darien for questioning. Now, regarding the victim Amari, I actually spoke to his mother, Nakisa. She told me about his life and the day he died. And that conversation has some more details than this video that will be posted on my true crime channel tomorrow. I'll add the link to the description. Darien in this video is a little hard to hear, but when you hear him speak, you'll understand why I call him a wet wipe.
So he got a whooping that night, or last night, because he didn't eat his food or whatever. Then later on this morning, when I woke up, we hadn't had some more food, and I'm trying to feed it to him. He's still not eating that. Mm-hmm. So I keep telling him to eat it, because I can't just go and fix some other food for him, because we need that throughout the whole time that she get a food stamps and I get mine or whatever. Mm-hmm. And when I'm trying to feed him, he gets to the point he just say no. He literally will say no. But I ask him, you want some cookies? You want some chips? You want something to drink? He'll say yeah. He know to say yeah about that. Like he'll just eat the little stuff. So when I told him he ain't finna get none of the snacks or whatever, he gotta eat his food first. Mm-hmm. So he's still saying no, like he not gonna eat it. So that's when I gave him a whooping again. When I gave him a whooping, that's when he just started kind of falling out, like he don't even want to get a whooping. So he'll like just have his legs a little loose and just like kind of fall out, not like literally fall out. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he'll just like go weak. Like, I don't want to stand up. I don't want to do anything. Basically what I said. He don't want to do anything. So I beat him some more on the behind. So every time when I beat him, that's my girlfriend like, don't even worry about it. Don't beat him no more. You know what I'm saying? He gonna eat regardless. Like, he gonna want to eat something. So I was like, all right, I just don't want him to starve, but I understand because she basically don't want me to keep beating him, because I barely really have to beat my daughters. I can just pop my daughter on the hand 2 times, she'll straighten up, she'll eat, do what she's supposed to do. So with him, when she told me to stop, I stopped beating him. And I guess he used restroom on himself, like boo-booed on himself or whatever, because I guess he was eating last night and he just boo-booed.
So he pooped himself?
Yes, man, whatever. Like, so when he used the restroom, that's when I put him in the tub. I put the tub up probably like that much, like I do my daughter. And I let them take their own baths. I don't bathe him, because usually he'll tell me to come and bathe him, because that's what his mama do. And I don't even bathe my daughter, so I let him sit in the, I'm walking back and forth to check on him. And that's when my second time, not even my third time, like the second time I come in there, he just like slouching over, like basically what he was doing when I was trying to bring him.
Can you show me how he was slouching? How he was? How was he slouching over?
He was like sitting, and then he was like just throwing himself over.
Okay, so
like literally
like this?
How I was telling you, like the dead weight, just having his legs loosened. He'll literally like loosen.
How you were telling me? You haven't talked.
No, okay. When I just told you.
Okay, I was just saying you haven't talked to me, so I just want to make sure.
When I was telling you that I make him stand up. And
like he would go like limp.
Just limp himself, but he only really limped himself to the point where some water like came over his head, but he wasn't deep in it. Okay. So when he let himself fall in the water, that's when I pulled him back up because like the water was all over his face. So I ain't want him to just lay up under the water. So I picked him up as soon as basically he dropped and his mouth was kind of open. So I don't know if he swallowed in the water or not, because he wasn't choking. So when he had not slumped over and all that, and I picked him up, that's when I had to put him in my daughter's room. Like right there. So when I walk out the bathroom, all I gotta do is turn right and her room right there.
Mm-hmm.
So when I turned right, went in there, I laid him down on the bed, and he was like, when he was breathing, you know, he wasn't like gasping for air or choking or acting, you know what I'm saying, like he couldn't breathe or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
So while he laying there, he breathing, you know what I'm saying, I'm telling him to sit up. He don't want to sit up. So I'm like, all right, just lay there. Now when I came back, he's still doing the same thing. I went out again, came back again to check on him. That's when he just like laying there. Like, I don't even see his eyes or I don't see him breathing. Nothing. So that's when I run straight to him just to see like what's wrong with him, because I didn't see his anytime, like when I grew up, you know what I'm saying, watching anybody sleep, I look at them to make sure like I still see the stomach or the chest moving or anything. I didn't see anything moving on him. He was just laying there. Because I turned on the movie and all, I press play on the movie, he can watch the movie or whatever. But he was just laying there. So that's when I grabbed him. At first I grabbed him while he was still on the bed. But because I don't really know CPR. So I just grabbed him when he was still on the bed, blowing in his mouth, making sure pushing on his chest, everything. But then I got him off the bed and put him on the floor, on flat surface, so I won't have to push all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like he on the bed, so I couldn't really push how I was supposed to, because I could have, you know what I'm saying, messed up his insides or whatever. So I'm just pushing lightly on the bed, and I knew that's probably what helped, so I laid him on flat surface. And I'm doing the same thing, breathing in his mouth, and it's like the air going straight in and coming straight out. Mm-hmm. It sounds like a burp, like dead burp. You know, like a whole bunch of air in them and all that just comes out like a burp. Mm-hmm. And I did it repeatedly. Because I don't know what's going on, because my baby mom was telling me, not the one who house I went to, but his mother, she told me that he had seizures. And I never known him for having seizures. And she said he have seizures and all type of junk. So I don't know what really happened, because when she tell me he have seizures, I felt like she just telling me that so I can care for him more and treat him like a baby. Because I don't feel like he have seizures. She just treat him like an actual child. You know, because he's almost 3 and he don't even talk clear. Mm-hmm. Like he mumbles his words, but he know what he's saying. Yeah. Because once I show it to him, whatever, he know exactly everything. So, like I told her, I was like, you can't keep teaching him the baby stuff, because she telling me how her and her mama talk to him. They talk to him nicely, and they sing stuff to him, like sing everything to him. So I'm like, I'm not finna sing stuff to him so he can learn. I'm like, that's why he's still kind of learning slower, because you teaching him slower. So how I talk to my daughters, that same way I was basically doing him. You know what I'm saying? Talking to him like a grown human. You know what I'm saying? Talking to him. He gets a lot of stuff. He knows a lot of stuff. So when it comes to because he always used to fall out, act weak, act like he don't want to eat. So in the tub, when he was doing it in the tub, he only did it like once that I saw, because I leave them in there so they can take a bath themselves. But he did it one time when I went in there, and when I picked him up, and that's when all that happened. And me, I thought like it wasn't nothing really wrong with him until he wasn't like really trying to move or nothing like that. Right. So that's when I went in there and I woke up my girlfriend, and I was like, hey, you gotta get up. I was like, man, I don't know what's going on. He just, you know what I'm saying, just act like he can't breathe, he not doing nothing. So I was like, man, just call the ambulance. And she just basically panicked. And I was like, don't panic, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about nothing, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Don't worry about it, because she was like, what I'm gonna do? I'm like, you ain't got nothing to do with this. I don't know what's going on. You didn't see him. You didn't see what's going on. So, because she was asleep, I had to wake her up out of her sleep, because both of her and my daughters were asleep. Okay. So I woke her up.
So you and the baby were the only ones that were awake?
Me and him, yeah, because he woke up first. Okay. And I heard him like walking around and like saying something. So I woke up immediately, because anything I hear, like a kid or whoever talking, she can be talking and I'm gonna wake up. because you know what I'm saying. That's just me. Any slight thing, it can like really wake me up. So when I heard him talking, I'm like, all right. That's when I fixed him some more, like fixed him some food or whatever. And he didn't even want to eat it. So I don't know why he don't really eat the food, because I can feed him the food and he'll eat it and he can taste that. Like it tastes good. So it's not like it's some nasty food or it's not really what he eat. Cause he don't have, you know how kids that have a certain face, they'll make a face. If it's nasty, they'll really make a face and it's nasty. I don't want it. Give it to him, he chew it. Natural. I'm like, I'm not finna feed you. You can feed yourself. Your sister feed herself. Whatever we give her, she feed herself.
And is his sister the same age as him?
Yes.
So you're comparing how he acts with how she acts? Yes. Okay.
Both of them is
Since he's been born, how much time have you spent with him? Like how often?
I haven't seen him the whole 2 years he's been born. I only seen him, I can count on my fingers. One hand. Like 4 times to the most.
And of those 4 times, how many times has he come to stay with you?
He haven't even stayed at home. She'll let him come that one day. She'll come and get him the next day. I have to take him the next day.
Okay.
Because then she started saying he's too young to come over there. And I'm like, well, my daughter's be over. I mean, my daughter, because my second daughter wasn't born yet. So my first daughter, like, well, my daughter over here too. You know what I'm saying? So she's saying she don't want him to get sick. Whatever. When I'm like, my daughter is over here. She not getting sick. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing going to happen to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to look after him just how I look after her. You know what I'm saying? So they're the same age. So it's nothing I can do different. I can do everything the same because they're the same age. So I guess her being a mom, that's her first child. She wanted to be a protector. She didn't bring him at all. I didn't see him at all. Like, I only saw him 4 times to the most, like I said. The whole time he's been born in 2 years.
And how long have you had him this time? When she brought him this time, how long have you had him?
I had him the whole last week.
Imagine that. He's only had this boy for like a week or so. He didn't really know his child throughout his life, and he's already abusing him? How does that work? And why does this guy, when he speaks, why does he sound so droopy? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but some of the details you're about to learn in this case is gonna sicken you.
I say either Saturday or Sunday.
Okay. So this is the first time you've really gotten to be with him and be
a daddy to him. Yeah. Yes, that's the actual first time. Because she had me on child support, so it's like I never really had a say so. I never really can do nothing because basically of the warrants I got, I couldn't go like downtown and tell them I can't see my son.
Right.
You know, so
yeah.
I couldn't say nothing. And I had to stay around my daughters. That's the only thing that really made me feel kind of better because I have daughters. I have 2 daughters because the last time I got locked up, my girlfriend was supposed to be pregnant. But she didn't get pregnant until I got out. So that's when she had my second daughter.
Okay.
So
and that's the girlfriend that you live that you're with now.
To, yes, okay. Now. But my 2 daughters, like, you know, when my second daughter got born, that's when, you know what I'm saying, everything was all right. But I still couldn't see my son, you know, and my second daughter, she looked exactly like my son. That's how I know my baby mama was like stressing over everything about me having another baby mama and having a son. My last daughter looked exactly like him. Like she got his eyes, his chin, his nose, everything. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally, you know what I'm saying? Because basically with my first baby mama, she just wants somebody to basically like talk to her, you know, like basically talk to her nicely. Like I want to be with her, but I can't talk to her like that because I don't want her feelings to get back in and she'll, well, I love you and all that. And I'm like, nah, it's not about him. I want him. I mean, it's not about that. I want my son.
Right.
And it's like every time when I did try to talk to her about him, that's the first thing she'll say. Like something about me and her. And I'm like, man, that's what it's not about. It's about him. And I just talked to her last night. And she was like, you know, because he hard. He, you know what I'm saying, don't comprehend. Like, he comprehend, but he don't do what she say. Because she already spoiled him, so he not going to listen to her like that. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I know, because I done popped him a couple of times, and he don't even cry. She was like, yeah, he don't cry.
So since he's been with you, okay, since last week, how many times have you felt you needed to pop him to get him to listen?
To this day, I say that's like because I was supposed to keep it 2 weeks. I said to the most that he done been there, I only popped him at least like 6 or 7 times. Whooped him 6 or 7 times.
And that's 6 or 7 different times?
Yeah, different occasions and different days. But when I do pop him, you get at least like 3 or 4 pops.
And how do you normally pop him? What do you do to pop him?
I pop him with my hand on
with your hand.
Yes, ma'am. And like that don't do anything. It's like he'll just sit down, just. So
what do you do when it doesn't do anything?
I tell him to stand up because I only whoop him when he don't eat. That's the only time I beat him if he don't eat. It's like we eat almost 3 meals a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he don't eat none of it. He don't eat none of the meals throughout the day, but I can bring some chips, like I said, and he would eat the whole bag of chips, literally.
Right.
And like through all the 6 or 7 times that I did beat him, I pop him like 3-4 times out of all those times. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was whooping him earlier, she told me to stop. Like, don't even worry about it because he just acting hard.
When you said that happened yesterday. When she told you to stop. When you started telling. Okay, today.
Yes,
okay, let's. When you initially started talking, you talked about a spanking that happened yesterday, and then you talked about this morning. So let's start with yesterday, okay? What exactly happened with that?
Yesterday it was the same way. He just food, he won't eat it, so I just tell him to stand up because if we have a movie plan or whatever, he's not gonna eat his food while the movie plan because basically what my daughter always want to watch. She want to watch the cartoon movie Rio. We have Rio 1 and 2. So when that one go off, I put in the other one. That one go off, I put in Rio 1 again because she gonna want to watch it all over again. Right. So they was in the room supposed to be eating. My girlfriend going there, get him the food. I was like, he eating because I know he don't normally touch the food or whatever. So when she go back there and get him the food, I was like, is he eating? She say no, but he acted like he wanted to. But the only thing disturbing him was the movie. So I went back there just to see if he was eating, and he was trying to pick up the food with the fork, but it's like he don't know how to even hold the fork right to get the food. So I did it myself. Got a scoop, some rice and some collard greens, and I fed it to him. He chewed it up himself. He chewed it and he ate it. I was like, all right, just eat your food. I did it again. Gave it to him. He chewing it up. He kind of tried to eat it. It was still some more rice, like he didn't even want to eat it anymore. And then when I tried it one more time and tried to get it to him, that's when he just looked at the movie like, I don't even want to eat, so he looked at the movie. So I'm like, no, you can't look at the movie. You have to eat your food. If you look at the movie and eat your food, I wouldn't care. You could just be in there eating whatever, because that's the same thing what his sister was doing. So when he wanted to look at the movie, I picked him up, brought him in the room with us, so he won't look at TV because we were watching the movie too. So when he came in there with us, he turned around and looked at the TV what we was looking at. I was like, nah, you doing the same thing what you was doing now. You gotta eat your food. And I'm like, I put it in front of him. Eat your food, eat your food, eat your food. He'll look at me like, I don't want to do it, but he'll grab the fork and be like, well, I tried to cut. He know I'm going to whoop him, so I'm going to try to eat. All right, if you try to eat, you're going to try to eat. I ain't going to force you like to stuff a lot in your mouth, man. You know what I'm saying? Eat what you can eat, chew it up, you know what I'm saying? Just keep going back at it. At least show me that you eat like half of it, and that's it. You can eat half of it, you can go back to your business. I don't care. You can have candy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I do my daughter. I do the same thing for her, and she understands it fully. She'll eat her food quick. You'll really think she'll probably throw it over her shoulder.
But your daughter also grew up with you, right? So she's
that's the reason why.
So there's a little difference there.
That's what it was.
Understand
yes,
that.
ma'am.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling my first baby mama. I was like, since you've been keeping me away from him or keeping him away from me or whatever, he don't really know me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But every time I be like, who I am? He'll say, Daddy. You know who I am? Yeah, you Daddy. He know who I am because he been seeing me through his life, but he haven't saw me literally in his life, like staying there every day, every night, or every minute, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Every other weekend, he didn't ever see me there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't with him, his mom. She didn't want me around.
So,
like, all right, so
back to last night, he's watching Rio. He's not eating. What happens?
I bring him in my room.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he tried to look at the movie we looking at. And I'm trying to feed him the food. He's still not feeding. He's still not eating. So I tell him, all right, since you want to look at the movie and you not eating, like, I had to plate myself. I just told him to turn around, look at the wall, and I'm going to feed it to you. You can eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Still not eating. So I spanked him 2 or 3 times, and I just told him to stand up. I was like, stand up until you feel like you're going to eat the food. If you're not going to eat the food, you have to stand up, whatever. And that's how it's going to have to be.
Mm-hmm.
But he still didn't eat the food. So I wasn't finna stay up because I was already getting tired. I wasn't finna stay up and make him nothing. So I put the food in the refrigerator, let him stand right there until he really got sleepy. That's when he went to sleep.
Okay, so when you spanked him 2 or 3 times, how did you spank him?
On him high.
Okay, with your hand again or with something else?
With my hand.
Okay, and then you put him to sleep. Where did you put him to sleep at?
In my room.
So he slept in your bed?
That's right.
Okay.
Because my daughter was already in her room.
Okay.
So he slept in there with us. So when I woke up, he was already woke. So the first thing I thought, maybe he hungry. Because he the first person up, and he usually don't wake up first. So I'm like, maybe he hungry, because he didn't eat that much last night, he should be hungry. So I got some more food, made some more food, and I'm trying to feed him that too. He didn't want it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's nothing I can really fix him, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what he really eat. That's why when he first came over there and we fed him some spaghetti, I asked him, is he allergic to anything? Anything possible. And she was like, no, because at first she said it was tomato sauce or tomatoes. Then when I asked her again, she switched it and said it was her. She was allergic to tomatoes or whatever. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Well, since she making it seem like he ain't allergic to anything, I'm going to just feed him. Mm-hmm. Basically, whatever we get, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have to fix some food. What is he allergic to this and that? Because she could just tell me in one message, and she didn't tell me that. Mm-hmm. So I felt like it was like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't allergic, so he been eating everything what we eat. Mm-hmm. So he haven't had no allergic reactions, or he haven't had anything. So I ain't have to beat him. So it got to the point where I had to beat him. You know what I'm saying? Because he just acted like he didn't want to eat it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I had to beat him that day. Like, when he woke up that morning, I gave him 2 or 3.
You mean this morning?
Yeah, this
Today?
Morning, yes.
Okay.
Man. So when he woke up in the morning, that's when we gave him some food. Yeah, like he still wasn't finna eat it. Mm-hmm. So I still whooped him again. I was like, Amari.
And how did that whooping go? Exactly what did you do when you whooped him?
The same thing. Pull down his pamper.
Okay, so you pull down his pamper. Do you pull it down every time you spank him? Like, yes. So you can get skin?
Yes, ma'am. Because he don't feel it. Uh-huh. He don't feel it. And it's basically like all he really wears jeans. And so he not going to feel it with, through some jeans. So I have to pull his pants down. You know what I'm saying? So when I did pull his pamper down, he already know what time it is. Because soon I'm about to pop him, he'll tighten up. I'm like, see, you already know you're going to get a whooping, so why you just can't sit here and eat? Mm-hmm. If you know I just got to whoop you, and you know what I'm saying, I don't feel like whoop you. You know what I'm saying? It can be whatever in the morning or whatever in the evening, whatever time of day. He not going to do what he don't want to do, period. So
you pull his pamper down, you spank him.
Yes,
how many times you hit him?
I hit him like 3 or 4, maybe 5 times because of, you know what I'm saying, because we already went through it last night. Mm-hmm. And I already gave him a spanker last night. Mm-hmm. So this morning, that's when I spanked him at least like 5 times to the most. Mm-hmm. And then that's when I asked him again, eat again. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. So I spanked him 2 more times. And that's when she woke up, my girlfriend woke up. Okay. And she was like, babe, don't even worry about it because he just going to sit there and he ain't even crying. She was like, don't worry about it because all really what's going to happen is you just going to get madder and madder.
And at that point, you had spanked him. Today, you had spanked him. That's like the 3rd time you had spanked him because he wasn't eating when she woke up.
The second time back to back. Because the first time I hit him like 5 or 6 times. Uh-huh. Then the second time I hit him like 3 times to the most. So when I spanked him that last time, 3 times to the most, that's all like bumping. Because, you know what I'm saying?
Each time it was with your hand?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. He had boo-booed or whatever. So I put him in the tub, and that's when he started doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't want to.
Okay. Did you put a diaper on him when you laid him down, or did you lay him down in just a towel?
No, I put a diaper on him.
Okay. Did you put any other clothes on him? A shirt or anything? Or pants?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And you just laid him in the bed. And then you said you checked on him a few times and he was breathing?
Because when I laid him down and put the pamper on him, he was breathing. Like, he was breathing all right, like he just finna go to sleep, like he tired. So I'm like, all right, well, you go to sleep, you have to wake up and eat. Either way it go. So I left him alone, walked in the room with her, looked at the TV a couple of times, and then like, it's like everything just kept like replaying in my head because he didn't want to eat. And he just acting like kind of sluggish. So I went back in there to check on him. He's still breathing. He's still trying to he's still trying to basically breathe and look at the movie, but I guess he was tired. So he was still laying down. So I left out again, came back in, made sure he was straight. That's when he was just laying there. So that's when I just started. That's the first thing came to my mind, to try to do CPR to see anything, because I just took him out of the tub and there was some water in his face. So.
And you said you didn't put any clothes on him, you just put a pamper on him?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do with the towel that you wrapped around?
I ain't wrapped him up in the towel because the room right there.
You didn't dry him off from the tub?
No,
you
ma'am.
just picked him up wet?
And laid him on the bed.
Okay, so there was no towel?
No, ma'am, because we ain't got like a lot of towels.
Hey, hang on. Okay, I got lost. When you said he was in there when he boo-booed, what is that? Like, you say he boo-booed? What is that? I don't know.
Earlier I clarified he pooped himself.
Okay. Well, did he pee and poop himself?
He just boo-booed.
And when you say boo-boo, you're saying poop himself?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what you mean. Boo-boo is poop.
Yes, sir.
All right. Was it a lot? Was it a little bit?
No, it was just like a good little bit that, you know. That
was it like diarrhea? Was it loose? Or was it like a normal poop?
It wasn't like hard, you know, it wasn't like hard or firm. It was like baby boo-boo.
But it wasn't like he had diarrhea?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you know, was there like blood or anything in it or anything? In the poop? Was there any kind of blood in the diaper at all or anything like that?
I don't think so, because I don't like our lights. Our lights is on in the hallway, so I ain't gonna be able to see in the room because we have to have a lamp in there. You know, so whenever I checked his diaper, I ain't look like in it and trying to, you know what I'm saying, and see. I just saw boo boo, so I'm like, all right, he boo boo, and I set him in the tub.
Did you wipe him off or anything before you set him in the tub?
No, I just.
So you didn't clean his butt off or anything?
No.
Okay. Now back to when you spanked him yesterday, okay, and then when you spanked him again today, and you pulled his pamper down to spank him, did you see any marks or bruises or anything on his butt when you spanked him?
No, man, like I said, I couldn't really see in the room because the room would be kind of dark. We didn't have light enough. You
don't have any windows in your room?
Yeah, but they wasn't like up or nothing because we got blinds and like a sheet or something over it. So I can't really see anything in there. I could just see, you know what I'm saying, young people, and that's it. I can't see like a scar or, you know what I'm saying, I can barely even see my tattoos when I look at it. So basically I couldn't see anything.
Okay. And when you said he boo-booed, okay, and he was saying, you know, the boo-boo, you described it as like a baby's boo-boo.
Yes, ma'am.
What, is that why you gave him a bath? Was because of the boo-boo or for some other reason?
It was because of the boo-boo.
Okay. And was it bad enough that you felt he needed the bath instead of just wiping him with some baby wipes or something? Or?
We don't have any wipes right now.
Okay. So you have to wash him off.
Yes, ma'am. I haven't went to work.
Okay.
To get everything. They got Pampers already, but the wipes, we've been running out of wipes.
Okay. You said that the bed that you put him in today was your daughter's bed. Is that a bigger bed or the toddler bed?
It's like a toddler bed.
Okay.
Not really like a full-size twin bed, but
is there like a box fan in the room? Like
yes,
a fan?
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There's a towel. Is that the towel that you used to get it? There's a towel on the bed. Was that used with him?
On which bed?
On the toddler bed, there's like a towel in there. It looks like it's got some poop on it.
Towel? You probably talking about like one of my shirts or something. Okay. I said it's not a towel.
Okay. Did you use one of your shirts to get the poop off or anything?
The poop off of him?
Yeah.
I mean,
the boo boo or whatever.
It was just a little bit still kind of on when I got out of the tub, so I kind of wiped it off of him.
With one of your shirts?
Yeah, sure. Because that's like the nearest thing to grab.
Okay. And when you got him last week, okay, when you got him, did he have any bruises or marks or anything on him when you got him?
Not for this, like the little scars like on his legs and stuff, like on his knees. There's a little scar on his knee and like a couple of scars around like on his leg or something.
They look old.
But they were scars, not bruises
they
or.
Was like healing up. Okay. Well, not healing up, but already healed. Okay. So it was like old.
Okay. And when you were whooping him during any of those times, or since he's been with you at your house, has he fallen or anything since he's been at your house?
He only fell like once that I remember. And when he was in the tub, I think when I had done sat him in the tub, he fell forward a little bit and kind of hit his head on the tub, but I didn't think it was like hard enough to.
Okay. So you didn't see an injury or anything when he fell and hit his head? You didn't see a gash in his head or anything like that?
I didn't see like something wrong with his head until I walked back in there to get him out the tub. That's when I saw it was like a scar above like his left eye thing.
Now, when you say a scar, what do you mean by a scar?
It's not really a scar. It's like his skin pushed like kind of upwards.
Okay. Do you know how that happened?
No, man. That's what I said when I walked back in there. That's when it was on his face. That's when I just got him out. Okay. I just got him out the tub.
So he didn't have it when you put him in the tub, and he had it when you got him out of the tub.
Yeah, he didn't have it when I put him in there because I was looking at him dead in his face when I sat him down. I was looking at him dead in his face.
I'm gonna use my hand. I'm gonna pretend this is the water line. Use your head. Show me how much of his head was underwater.
It was like he was faced
so
it was down.
Okay.
At least like right here, but he was facing up.
So he was looking up. Was his nose and his mouth underwater?
That's what I was saying. I think it kind of was. That's when I was.
You think, or you're not sure?
I'm not sure because when he fell down, I reacted fast and pulled.
From when you saw him before, when you checked on him and you walked out and you came back in, how long do you think it was?
It was nothing but like 2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes?
Because it wasn't even 5 minutes. Because how her room set up, I could just be sitting like right there with my chair at, and I could see right into the bathroom. So once I didn't see his head up or like his body kind of over, that's when I ran in to see what was wrong with him because I could see right to the bathroom.
From when you spank him, show me how hard you spank him on the wall.
I spank him like hard enough so he can fit it.
Okay, just show me, demonstrate it. That's how you do it.
Yeah, but I don't want to do it like harder to be banging, but it's like a little harder.
Show me.
Alright.
And that's how hard you do it?
Yeah.
And you do it and you pull the pull up?
Yeah, I pull the pull up down.
Okay.
He will pull up. So yeah, I spank him like a good, you know what I'm saying? So he can fit it. I don't really spank him like to the point where he'll just get up and whine and then you know what I'm saying, do the same thing. I spank him to the point where he'll know he gonna get a whooping. So
what do you think happened to your son?
What you mean?
How do you think he got like he got today?
I mean, I don't know, cause when I wasn't in there, when I put him in the tub and I wasn't in the bathroom with him, I mean, how I tell you I was placed, he right there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I could have line his sister up and how I line him up. I can do just like this and I can see his head. Yeah. But when I looked at the TV and when I put him in there and I came back in there and looked at the TV and turned back, I didn't see his head at all.
And you just hit him with your hand?
Yes, sir. I just hit him with my hand.
All right. There's 2 truths in this world. I hate paying taxes, and you're fucking lying right now. There's no way your hand did that right there. No way. That's impossible. Impossible. So right
why
now,
don't you tell us what
happened. Listen, if you got mad,
I wasn't that mad.
We're both parents.
Yeah,
okay?
I get aggravated. I get aggravated. But you right now, you need to tell us the truth, because what you're telling us now ain't the truth.
I had a flip-flop. I don't want to tell y'all that I ain't no abuser. I just had to whoop him. If I did that,
what did you do? Show me what you did with the flip-flop. Show me what you did with the flip-flop.
I whooped him with the flip-flop.
How hard? Show how. I gotta know, man.
Yeah, we got to see.
That's what I'm saying. I did it hard enough so he can feel it. I didn't know that he had bruises. If I would have known he had bruises, I would have never whooped him again.
Those aren't bruises. That's blood.
That's blood. That's where his skin is missing. He has no skin on his butt at all.
All right. Let me ask you this: if this is what happened, this is what happened. Was it when you were popping him? Is that when he fell and hit his head? Because he didn't hit his head in the tub to get that.
He didn't fall no times at all.
Did you knock him down?
No, I don't know, sir.
How did he get that on his head?
That's what I was saying.
That's not from the tub.
That's all.
You didn't tell us nothing about that until she asked you about it.
I mean, sir, I already knew about the stuff, the thing on his head because I saw it. I mean,
but you didn't think that you should tell us about that?
I mean,
you never said anything about it until she directly asked you. That's when he said something.
I didn't know. I didn't hit him to the point where he fell or nothing like that. I didn't hit him that hard for him to fall. That's why I was telling you I was spanking him with my hand first, but I did grab the flip flop. I did grab a flip flop. I
look at all these
flip flop. I didn't see none of them.
You didn't see them, but you made them.
You did that.
You did that to him, spanking him.
I did.
So you're not just spanking him on his butt. You're spanking him all over the place. Okay?
I didn't literally turn him and hit him.
No, he moved. He's a kid.
I mean, but I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I didn't literally aim for his leg and
just hit him. Do you realize what you did today?
Yes, I was just trying to whoop him. I understand.
Do you realize today you beat your son to death? That's what you did.
Your son is dead.
Yes.
You beat him to death.
How?
Because you let your anger take over you.
Just hit him on the butt.
But butts, okay, they still bleed and they still hurt.
Do you know how hard you got to hit someone to make them bleed?
So you need to start telling us exactly what happened.
I whooped him with a flip flop. That's
how hard? How many? Look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. You did that to him. Because he wouldn't eat. He is 2. And he doesn't know you. He doesn't even really know who you are. He's afraid. You did that to him. So tell us exactly what happened. How many times have you hit him with the flip-flop?
Just from last night to today.
How many times from last night to today did you hit him with the flip-flop?
Last night when I was whooping him with the flip-flop. Last night when I was hitting him with the flip-flop, it wasn't more than 10 times.
Okay. And where were you hitting him at?
I was hitting him on the butt. Last night is the only time when he was really scrambling around and turning around, and that's on how I can say that I made the ones on his legs because he was turning around.
Okay.
But I didn't think I left bruises on him like that because I was beating him. I wasn't trying to do whatever y'all saying.
I believe you. Listen to me.
That's my son.
Listen.
I didn't want to do that to my son.
I believe you that you weren't trying to kill him, okay? I believe that. All right?
Man,
but the issue is, yes.
Where's the flip-flop at?
It should be in our
Which
room.
one was it? What does it look like?
It got kind of diamond things on how you put your toe in between it and it go around your foot like that. It was like, it got like little, you know what I'm saying, little fake diamond things on it.
Was it, what color was it?
It's a
Black?
flip-flop.
Okay, and where is that at?
It should be in my room.
In
That's
your
the
room?
last place that,
How did he get hit in the head? How did that happen?
I don't know, because when I was whooping him last night, he only fell to the point where that he didn't bump his head. He only fell to catch himself and get right back up. So when I did that, and when I was whooping him and whatever, and it got too late, I stopped. So later on, the next day, this morning, that's when I whooped him again, and I grabbed the flip flop again. But
and how many times you hit him today with the flip flop?
It was like 6 or 7 times.
And how was he acting when you were hitting him?
He was crying and like, but not no like crying like he got tears. He was just like whining and like stop. You know, so he was just whining to the point where he was like basically wanting me to stop hitting him, but I just wanted him to eat. So I just popped him so he can try to eat, but he did not eat at all. So once I popped him, and my girlfriend woke up and she was like, "Don't worry about it." I stopped popping.
Did your girlfriend spank him at all?
No, she don't even want to go through nothing because she already going through stuff with his mom.
Since he's been there, she's never spanked him?
No.
It's only you?
Yes, ma'am. She don't touch him at all.
Whenever she woke up, was that before you put him in the tub?
No, sir. It was before I put him in the tub, but she went back to sleep. So I woke her up afterwards.
So when you were popping him this morning, is that when he got it on his head?
I only think he got it from in the tub because he didn't have it when I was picking him up, putting him in the tub.
So was he kind of acting? Was he acting like you know? When I say lethargic, do you know what I mean?
Like drunk,
like kind of out of it.
Like couldn't like really.
Was he acting that way last night too?
Not really even last night. He was like acting to the point where like he don't want me to whoop him and he don't want to stand up. He basically want to go to sleep. So I'm like, all right. So when I stopped whooping him, I just made him stand up to the point where like I see him going to sleep, standing up. So I let him go to sleep. That's when we woke up this morning, and I just, you know what I'm saying, basically tried it all over again. I tried to make him eat again.
But was he acting like that when you put him in the tub? Was he acting lethargic, like drunk when you put him in the tub?
That's how it kind of was. So when I sat him in there, he was kind of trying to slump over,
wanted to lay down.
But he wasn't really laying down. He was still kind of standing
Why
up.
did you leave him in there by himself then? If he's falling over and you put him in water, why did you leave him in there alone?
I really didn't think he was just finna fall out into some water.
Okay,
I thought
but
he
if
was
he's
at least
acting like he wants to lay down, I mean, he's 2. You're treating this baby like he knows what he's doing and like he understands you. You know, I mean, if he's wanting to slump over and stuff, why would you leave him in that tub alone?
I just put him in the tub.
Okay,
and then you left him in there to die?
Yeah.
No,
listen, man.
Why would you think I left him in there?
Because you killed your son. You beat your son to death, and all this. You're not being truthful. You're saying, "Oh, I didn't see. I've seen the blood in the diaper. I don't care if it's freaking pitch black diaper. You can't miss it. Yes, you can. You're lying.
Sir.
What you're doing is lying right now. Did you have not shed one tear for your son? And you're gonna sit there and like I couldn't see it. I didn't know what was happening. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna go shed a tear for your son because obviously you don't give a fuck.
Well, that's the thing, though. Okay, because right now, it's not you need to be worried about. It's the fact that you killed your baby. You did. And you have other children that could happen to. So how did you let your anger get so much control over you that you beat him to death? How did you let that happen? And then you leave him in the bathtub and he falls over in the bathtub and goes up under the water. How long was he under the water?
That's what I'm telling y'all. He wasn't under because I was watching. I wasn't really just looking at him. I looked at TV But like before I looked at TV, he was up enough to the point where he not in the water.
It only takes a second to drown.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And he making it seem like I left him, and I didn't. I didn't mean for him to die. When I looked at the TV and I looked back and I didn't see him, that's what made me run in there. Because dead weight falling into water, you can hear it splash. It didn't splash.
Well, just like if he would have fallen and hit his head, you would have heard the thud. But you haven't told us anything about having heard a thud when he hit his head. So how did he get that?
I don't know. I really do not know. I don't know. I literally do not know. Because he didn't fall. None of the times I beat him, when I was whooping him in the room, he didn't fall and hit his head on anything. Because if he did, I wouldn't even whoop him. I wouldn't even put him in the tub if he would have hit his head. Because my mama always told me.
You saw those pictures. That's not a whooping. That is not a spanking at all. That's not even okay to be on a 10, 12-year-old. That is not a spanking. That is you losing control. That's what that is. All because he wouldn't eat. And he doesn't eat because he doesn't know you. He doesn't understand. If his mama feeds him chips all the time, that's what he thinks he's supposed to eat all the time. So how did you let your anger get that much of you?
I don't know, because I only use...
Do you even remember how many times you hit him?
Yeah, I count them out. I literally count them out.
Because your girlfriend said you were whipping the shit out of him so bad that she had to tell you to stop. Do you remember her telling you to stop?
When she told me to stop, I stopped.
And you know why she told you to stop? Because he stopped crying. He wasn't even responding anymore. And you want to know why? Because he was dying. Do you want to know why he boo-booed all over himself? Because he was dying. That is what our body does when we die. It releases everything. When he went lethargic and started acting like that and started acting like he wanted to go to sleep, that was his body dying. I told you, I don't think you meant to. The problem is you did it. Whether you meant to or not, you did it. You know, and it's nobody else's fault but yours. Did you hit him in the head? Did you stick him under the water?
No. Why did y'all ask me that?
Because we have to. Listen, look at me, okay? Look at me. Your baby's dead, and we have to figure out why. You're responsible for it. We have to figure out why. So yes, I have to ask you those questions. You know, you took your child as he was dying and you put him in a bathtub. Why?
It was just a boo-boo. And any time that my daughter's boo-boo, my oldest daughter boo-boo, I put her in the tub. That's the only thing that I was thinking, just to put him in the tub.
And his butt is so raw. You're trying to tell me you didn't see that? You didn't notice that?
I didn't look at his butt.
But he's 2. He can't clean his own butt. He doesn't know how to clean his butt. I mean, look at me. Do you understand that? He don't know how to clean himself. Even in a bathtub, he don't know. He knows how to sit in the water and play. He's 2.
Because my daughter be doing it. So
But your daughter was raised different than you, and that's why I asked you earlier. Your daughter was taught different things. You can't compare him to her because she might be a little more advanced than him. If he's used to his mama washing his butt, that's what he expects you to do. And most 2-year-olds don't know how to wash their own butt. Most 2-year-olds don't know how to wipe their own butt. But you can't tell me that you didn't notice all that bruising. Is that why your girlfriend was afraid?
I know, because she only woke up to the point where she saw me beating her and she just told me to stop.
Yeah, because you were a little out of control. That's why. I'll be back with you in a few, okay? But you need to think about how he hurt his head and tell the truth about it. Because at this point, it is what it is, you know? You can't bring him back. You can't withhold something, and that's not going to fix anything, okay? I mean, you killed your own son, and there's nothing you can do at this point to change it. The only thing you can do is own up to it and tell us the truth about exactly how it happened. So, did you hit his head? Do you remember?
No,
do you remember hitting his head?
I remember every which way I whooped him. There's no way in me that I'm gonna really, like draw back and punch a child or hit a child.
You could have hit him with a flip-flop in the head. I'm not saying you punched him. I'm not saying you...
I ain't, that's what I'm saying. I'm not that type of person to even do that either. Mm-hmm. I'm not finna draw back and hit no child in the head.
But when they're moving and squirming and trying to get... I mean,
that's
trust me.
I was holding him to the point where I'm only going to hit his butt, but he was turning kind of over, so I kind of hit his legs. I remember me hitting his legs.
Okay, do you remember hitting him in the side of the head?
No, I didn't hit him in the side of the head.
You want to see his ear? You remember hitting him in the side of the head?
Oh, man.
You remember hitting him in the chest? There's his ear, where he was hitting the side of the head. Okay? Here's the front of him, where he was hit, where the bruising started coming between his legs. Okay? Here's his neck, where he was hit in the chest. Okay? I mean, if you don't remember how much control you lost, then that's a different story than saying that you didn't lose control. So I'm going to let you think about it for a minute, okay? And I'll be back with you. But for his sake, you need to be honest, because his mama is going to want some answers. She's going to want to know how this happened and why it happened.
So that's the end of the police interview. Now Darien, he took a plea deal. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison. I don't think that's justified. He literally took the skin off the boy. This is one of the most disgusting crimes I've ever heard about. 25 years. Anyway, comment. Tell me what you think.